Hello everyone and welcome to TalkEasy English. We are so happy you are here today.
Yes, really. Every time we sit down to record, we imagine thousands of people around the world learning with us. Maybe you are at home, maybe on the bus, maybe walking in the park. But right now, you are here, with us, learning English.
And that is amazing. Because learning a language is not just about grammar and textbooks. It is about connection, about fun, and about feeling confident when you speak.
Exactly. And here on TalkEasy English, our promise is simple. We will make English fun, easy, and something you look forward to every single day.
Imagine this. You watch one short video a day, you listen, you repeat, and after a few months, suddenly you realize you can actually have conversations in English. That's the magic.
We know learning English can sometimes feel hard. Maybe you tried before and stopped. Maybe you felt shy or nervous, or you thought, I will never be fluent. But trust me, it is possible.
And the good news, you don't have to do it alone. We are here with you every day, step by step.
That's right. And this channel is not about boring lessons. You will not find long, complicated explanations. Instead, you will find friendly conversations, everyday stories, useful phrases, and sometimes even funny moments.
For example, in today's episode, you will learn how to introduce yourself, but not in a boring, robotic way like, my name is Anna, I am from England. No, we are going to show you how real people talk, with examples, with little stories, and with easy tips.
And by the end of this video, you will not only learn words, but also feel more comfortable speaking.
So if you want to improve your English in a fun and natural way, make sure you stay with us.
And of course, don't forget, hit that subscribe button, give us a like, and share this with your friends who also want to learn English.
Every click, every comment helps this community grow. And we read your comments. When you write, I learned a new word today, or I used this phrase at work, it makes us so happy.
Honestly, it feels like we are all one big classroom, but instead of desks and books, we are connected through the screen.
Exactly. And that is the heart of TalkEasy English, learning together, step by step, with no pressure.
Okay, so now, let's begin today's lesson. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's go. Okay, let's start simple. The easiest way to introduce yourself is to say, my name is, for example, my name is Anna.
Right. And I can say, my name is James. Simple, clear, easy.
But sometimes people also use I am instead. So I can say, I am Anna.
And I can say, I am James. Both are correct. My name is James. Or, I am James.
Here's a little tip. If you are in a more formal situation, like a job interview or a classroom, my name is sounds a bit more polite.
But if you are just meeting a new friend at a cafe, I'm James is natural, friendly, and quick.
Exactly. Oh, and spelling your name is also important. Sometimes people don't understand. For example, I can say, my name is Anna. A-N-N-A.
Good point. I often do that too. I say, my name is James. J-A-M-E-S. This is useful at the doctor's office, at the airport, or when you order something online and they need your name.
Do you have a nickname, James?
Yes, actually. Some friends call me Jimmy. It's shorter and more casual.
That's nice. I don't really have a nickname, but some people call me Anne. Shorter than Anna.
Many English speakers use nicknames. For example, Michael becomes Mike. Elizabeth becomes Liz or Beth. Robert becomes Bob.
That's fun, but it can be confusing for English learners. Imagine you meet a Robert, but later someone says Bob. You might think it's a different person.
True. So here's a good tip. If you want, you can say, "My name is Robert, but you can call me Bob." That way, everyone understands.
Let's practice a mini dialogue. I'll be a new student in class and you be the teacher.
Okay. Ready?
Hello, my name is Anna, A-N-N-A.
Nice to meet you, Anna. Welcome to the class.
Thank you. I am excited.
See? Simple, natural, and friendly.
Yes, and remember when someone tells you their name, it's polite to say, nice to meet you.
Exactly. For example, my name is James.
Nice to meet you, James.
Easy. You can even add, "It's great to meet you," if you want to sound extra friendly.
Here's a fun story. One time when I was traveling, someone asked for my name. I said Anna, but they thought I said Hannah. So the whole day, they called me Hannah.
Oh no. Did you correct them?
At first, I was shy, but later I said, actually, my name is Anna. Without the H, they laughed, and we became friends.
That's a good lesson. Don't be afraid to correct people politely. Just smile and say, "Actually, it's," and then your name.
Yes, because your name is part of your identity. It's important.
Exactly. And one more quick phrase. Sometimes people ask, "What's your name?" You answer, "My name is James," or just, "I'm James."
Or if you want to be extra polite, you can say, my name is Anna. Nice to meet you.
Perfect. And now you are ready to introduce yourself with confidence.
Okay, after names, the next common question is, where are you from?
Yes, people ask this all the time. When you meet someone new, they often say, "Hi, where are you from?"
The simple answer is, I am from, and then your country or city. For example, I am from Italy.
Or, "I am from Canada." Very simple. You can also say, "I come from," so, "I come from Canada."
And if you are talking about where you live now, you can say, I live in, for example, I live in Rome.
Or, "I live in London." So, three useful phrases. I am from, I come from, and I live in.
Exactly. And sometimes people use all three together. For example, I am from Spain, but I live in Germany.
Oh, that's a great one. It shows where you are originally from and where you live now.
Yes, let's give some more examples. I am from Brazil, but I live in Portugal.
I am from Turkey, but I live in France.
I come from Japan, but now I live in the United States.
Perfect. That's very useful, especially if you study or work in another country.
Do you want to know a funny story about this question?
Of course, tell me.
One time I met a girl at the airport. She asked me, where are you from? I said, I am from Italy. She smiled and said, me too. Which city? I answered, Milan. And guess what? She was also from Milan. We even lived in the same neighborhood. Such a small world.
That's amazing. See, this simple question can create new connections and even friendships.
Yes, so it's always nice to ask and answer this question.
Let's also show learners how to talk about their city or country in a little more detail.
Good idea. For example, I can say, I am from Italy. I live in Milan. It's a big city in the north. It is famous for fashion and delicious food, like pizza and pasta.
Perfect. And I can say, I am from England. I live in London. It's a very big and busy city. It is famous for Big Ben, the London Eye, and football.
See? Just 2 or 3 extra sentences make your answer much more interesting.
Exactly. And it also gives people more things to ask you about. If you say, I am from Turkey. I live in Istanbul. It is famous for the Bosphorus. People will probably ask, oh, what is the Bosphorus?
Yes, it makes the conversation longer and more fun.
Let's practice a short dialogue.
Where are you from?
I am from Canada. I live in Toronto. It's a big city near a famous place called Niagara Falls.
Wow, Niagara Falls. That sounds amazing. I would love to visit one day.
Easy, natural, and friendly.
Here's another version. Where are you from?
I am from Mexico, but I live in the United States now. I moved 2 years ago for work.
That's a very good example because many people live in a country different from their home country.
Right. And you can also say how long you have been there. Like, I am from India, but I have lived in Germany for 3 years.
Great one. That makes your answer even more complete.
And if you want to sound extra natural, you can add a small detail. For example, I am from Brazil. I live in Rio de Janeiro. It's a beautiful city near the beach.
Yes, or I am from Japan. I live in Tokyo. It's a very modern and exciting city.
So, remember, when someone asks, where are you from? You don't need to stop at just one sentence. You can add more. Country, city, what it's famous for, or why you like it.
That way, your English sounds more natural and interesting. Okay, James, another very common question is, do you live in a house or an apartment?
Yes, I hear that a lot. And it's very useful because it's easy small talk.
Exactly. The simple answer is, I live in a house or I live in an apartment.
Right. For example, I live in a small house. It has a garden. Or, I live in an apartment on the 3rd floor.
Good. And you can add more details to make your answer interesting. For example, I live in a big apartment in the city centre. It has 2 bedrooms and a balcony.
Yes, or I live in a small house in the countryside. It has a beautiful garden with flowers.
Let's show learners some more examples. I live in a house with my family. I live in a student apartment with 2 roommates. I live in a small flat near the park.
These are all simple but very real answers.
Do you want to hear a funny story about my living situation?
Of course.
When I was a student, I lived in a very small apartment. It was so small that my bed was also my sofa, and the kitchen was next to the bathroom. I used to joke, I can cook pasta and brush my teeth at the same time.
That's a classic student apartment story.
Yes, and it was not very comfortable, but I loved it because it was my first home away from my parents.
That's the thing. Even a small place can feel special if you have good memories there.
Exactly. What about you, James?
Well, now I live in an apartment in the city. It's on the 5th floor, and it has a great view of the river. But when I was a child, I lived in a house with a garden. I used to play football outside every day.
That sounds amazing. A garden is such a big advantage.
Yes, but living in an apartment also has advantages. For example, it's easier to clean, and it's usually closer to shops and restaurants.
True. Let's make a little comparison for our listeners. House, more space, garden, quiet, good for families. Apartment, smaller, easier to clean, closer to city life, good for students or young workers.
That's perfect, and people can practice this in English. For example, I prefer a house because I like having space. Or, I prefer an apartment because it is close to my work.
Great practice, and we can also teach I live alone. I live with my family. I live with a friend.
Yes. For example, I live with my parents in a house. Or, I live alone in a small apartment.
Here's another mini story. My friend Maria lives in Barcelona. She has a small apartment, but the balcony is amazing. From her balcony, you can see the sea. Every morning, she drinks coffee and watches the sunrise. She always says, "My apartment is small, but my view is bigger than a palace."
That's beautiful. So even a small place can be special if it has something unique.
Yes. So when you talk about your living situation, don't just say house or apartment. Add details like how big it is, a small house, a big apartment, where it is, in the city, in the countryside, near the park. What you like about it. I love the view, I like the garden, it's very quiet.
Perfect. That makes your English sound more natural and friendly.
Let's finish this part with a little role play.
Okay, let's do it.
Do you live in a house or an apartment?
I live in an apartment in the city center. It's not very big, but it has a balcony, and I love the view. What about you?
I live in a small house in the countryside. It has a garden with flowers. It's very quiet and I like it a lot.
Perfect. Easy, simple, and real.
Wow, James, today was a really fun lesson. We learned so many useful phrases.
Yes, Anna. Today we talked about how to introduce ourselves, our names, where we are from, our family, pets, hobbies, and even our likes and dislikes.
Exactly. And these are the most common questions in real life. If you can answer them in English, you can start a simple conversation anywhere in the world.
That's right. Remember, you don't need to be perfect. Just be clear, be friendly, and keep practicing. Step by step, your English will get better every day.
And we want to hear from you too. Write in the comments, my name is, I am from, my favorite food is, or anything about yourself. Practice with us.
Yes, we really enjoy reading your comments. It's the best way to connect and learn together.
So, if you enjoyed today's lesson, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, give us a like, and share this video with your friends who are also learning English.
We have new videos every single day, so stay with us and let's grow together.
Thank you so much for watching.
Take care, keep practicing, and remember, talk easy every day.
Bye everyone. See you in the next video.